Hey guys, welcome back to the second lesson of Law of Attraction Mastery. Before I start off the second lesson, I just want to say that remember the name of this workshop. This is not simply a Law of Attraction workshop, this is a Law of Attraction Mastery workshop. Now, how do you master something in life? In order to master something, you have to implement it. You have to take action on it every single day of your life. Remember that? Science says and research says that anybody who's a master at anything has implemented that or taken action on that area for a minimum of 10,000 hours. Can you believe that? 10,000 hours. Now, one of the reasons I think I call myself as a master of law of attraction is because I've been practicing law of attraction every single day for the last 12 years, which means I've obviously crossed 10,000 hours, right? And that's why I'm so good at it. You want to be extremely good at law of attraction, you want to master law of attraction, don't just watch these videos here. Don't just listen to this video, go home and think that law of attraction will work for you. It will not, okay? You got to start implementing everything. Now, why am I saying this in the beginning of this video? Here's why. The first lesson is already over. Now, the question is, first, did you watch that video? Second question, if you watched that video, have you come to this video without implementing that? If you have, stop this video now. There's no point listening to this video, watching this video, and not implementing it again. Go back to that video and implement. What is the implementation remaining from lesson 1? Very simple, the clarity exercise. You need to be clear about your frequency. What are you attracting in your life, in your personal life, in your money, in career, in your health, in personal life, everything, in your relationships? What are you attracting? That has to be clear by first writing down as if it is already done in an affirmative way. Remember, if you've watched the 3-hour video already, you know what affirmations are. If you've read my book on law of attraction, you know what affirmations are. You need to write down all your affirmations first and then display it at multiple places in your house every day so that you're able to visualize it every day, you're able to see it every day, and at least once in the morning you're able to read it every day so that you are clear about your frequency of what you're attracting, right? So having said that, I'm hoping that you've completed the first clarity exercise and then you've come to this video. So then let's get on to what today's lesson is for mastering law of attraction. The second step and the most important step, which most people miss because which most people don't master law of attraction, they only understand it, is law of attraction lifestyle. Yes, law of attraction lifestyle. Now, what do I mean by a lifestyle? Here's what. Have you heard of people who lose weight and then they gain weight again? Here's why that happens to them. Because when they lose weight because of a diet, but then they gain weight again because they haven't changed their lifestyle. Their lifestyle of eating vada pav, their lifestyle of eating pizzas, eating more than necessary. It doesn't matter if you eat pizzas, but if you're eating more than you're necessary, you are going to gain weight, right? So if you go back to that lifestyle, the old body comes back. You want a new body and you want to keep that body for the rest of your life, well, you have to create a new lifestyle which remains with you for the rest of your life. Similarly, if you want to be a master of law of attraction, it's not something you do today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow. You got to do this for the rest of your life. I do law of attraction every single day of my life. That's why I call it a law of attraction lifestyle. Now, what is a lifestyle of law of attraction made of? There are 3 simple things here that you need to implement. Step number 1, every morning for the rest of your life, when you wake up in the morning, you must be clear of what you are attracting in your life. You get up in the morning and you start with a visualization exercise where you visualize that today I have already achieved everything that I want in my life. My life is perfect in the area of my relationships, in the area of my health, in the area of my money, in the area of my career. Everything that I want in my life, I already have right now. You got to feel that happiness, feel that gratitude, then open your eyes and only then you get out of your bed. Believe me, from many, many years now, I and Indu, we haven't got out of our bed without doing manifestation, without using law of attraction and visualization. She reminds me or I remind her saying, did you manifest today? Only then we come out of the bed. If sometimes because of a mistake I got out of the bed, which usually doesn't happen now because it's become a lifestyle for me now, but if I get up and if I have not done it for any reason and she asks me, did you do your manifestation today? And she can sense it because my routine is there, and if she doesn't see me doing it as per the routine, she asks me. If I haven't done it, immediately, whatever I am doing, I stop it, I sit at one place, I do my manifestation, I do my visualization, then I start manifesting. Now here's the difference here. Some of you are not comfortable with visualization. I understand that. Here is why. There are some people in the world who are more visual by nature. So there are people who like to see things, like I'm a visual guy, so I like to see videos. But there are people who are auditory. They like to listen to music. They like to listen to audios. So people who are auditory, they're going to find it easier to read affirmations to manifest rather than to visualize in their mind. Like Indu, by the way, is an auditory person. For her, listening to audios of her own affirmations is much easier than it is for her comparatively doing visualizations the way I do it. But it doesn't matter. It's creating frequency, right? Now, whether you create that frequency through visualization or whether you create that frequency through your voice, you're generating a frequency. It doesn't really matter. So every morning, if you can't do visualization for whatever reason of your personal choice, then wake up in the morning, always keep this printout next to you of your entire visualization of what do you want to achieve in the rest of your life as if it's already done. Wake up in the morning, read that once loudly. But when you read it, don't just read it as if you are as the kind of studies you did when you were in school. You remember ratta marna? तो सिर्फ पढ़ने के लिए पढ़ते थे, वो मत करना. Make sure you're reading it by feeling it. You're reading it as if you really mean it. So for an example, if you wake up in the morning and if you have an affirmation that says, I've already lost 10 kilos in my life. Now, when you're saying that, don't just say, okay, I've already lost 10 kilos in my life. This is already done in my life. No, that's just ratta. When you're saying it, say it with feeling. I'm so happy and I'm so grateful now that I've already lost 10 kilos in my life. Yay, I'm so happy right now. Now, you'd say that sounds a little crazy, right? But listen, do you want to attract using magic attractions in your life or not? Do you want to have magic in your life or not? You want magic? Be a magician. You want to be a magician? Open up. Feel your emotions. Say your affirmations with full happiness. Say thank you. Say yes. Woohoo! Get that emotion in yourself. You can't feel it in your body. You can't feel it in your vibrations. Then you won't attract it. Okay? That's one of the reasons why law of attraction doesn't work for many people. Because they visualize, but they don't feel it. They read it, but they don't feel it. So feel your emotions, feel your affirmations, okay? So every morning for the rest of your life, you will start your life as a law of attraction lifestyle of always starting with manifestation, which is either visualization or reading your affirmations. Remember that. Now the same thing you have to do every night before you sleep. Why is it so important to do it at night? Because when you sleep at night, the last thought that you sleep with, that as a vibration plays in your mind 8 hours, 10 hours, the amount of time that you sleep. And that is the amount of time it creates a vibration around you. And the next day, it creates that attraction for you. So doing it at night is even more powerful than doing it in the morning. Doesn't mean you don't do it in the morning, but doing it at night is extremely crucial, guys. Okay? So every morning, every night, do not start your day, do not end your day before doing manifestation or law of attraction practice, which means either do a visualization or reading affirmation exercise. As an alternative, what you can also do at night is you can play that recording of affirmations and sleep away. But some of you, you're not comfortable doing that because you're kinesthetic, which means you're a more emotional person. You don't like too much voice. You're more comfortable with visualization. Then it's all right. You may not be comfortable with that. But if you're comfortable with it, you can play that recording of your affirmations in your phone. Just read your affirmations in your phone, record it, and put it on a loop, which means that keep playing again and again all night. Just make sure of one thing, keep the volume at lowest. So if your volume starts at 1, then just keep it at 1. You don't need to keep it at 3 or 4. Your subconscious mind is listening to everything and it makes sense of everything around you. So just let those vibrations be with you all night. If you're comfortable with that, great. One warning here. We realized initially when we started using these affirmations that sometimes Indu was getting a headache in the morning, and we realized one of the reasons for that headache was because too much messages was happening at night and the brain was getting tired. So if you experience that headache because of these recordings, stop the recordings, simply read your affirmations at night, last thing, and then go to sleep. What's important is you do not end your day without doing manifestation, and don't do anything after manifestation, so that your frequency, your clear frequency is what you sleep with at night. No anxiety, not thinking about what's going to happen tomorrow morning, what happened today, nothing of that. You're going to sleep in your perfect zone. Remember, I said it in my 3-hour video as well as in the book. Sleep in your perfect zone as if everything in your life is already perfect. Okay, so that's the first step whenever you're using something called a law of attraction lifestyle. Start your morning with law of attraction, end your day with law of attraction practice, which is by manifesting through your visualization or affirmations. You can do both, but at least one of them. Okay, so that's the step number 1 to create a law of attraction lifestyle. Here is step number 2 to create a law of attraction lifestyle. During the day, when you're living your life, do not get engaged into negative emotions and thoughts and conversations. For a lot of people, law of attraction doesn't work because they start their day with visualization, but then the whole day they're worried about, why am I not achieving this? What will happen? What if it doesn't happen? Not only that, when somebody is asking them about, hey, what happened to your goal? What happened to your income this month? And people say things like, आई एम नॉट श्योर, होगा कि नहीं होगा पता नहीं, कुछ ठीक नहीं चल रहा है, मार्केट बहुत डाउन है, ऑफिस में लोग मेरी सुनते नहीं, हेल्थ बहुत खराब चल रही है. सो व्हेन यू सेइंग ऑल दीज नेगेटिव थिंग्स, व्हाट आर यू रियली डूइंग? It's like manifestation was about to happen and you crushed it. You crushed it by saying, I don't want it. Every time you put out negative frequency, you're telling the universe you want that negative frequency and you don't want the positive frequency. I'm sure you don't want that, right? So keep telling the universe during the day that you already have what you want, because that's the only way the universe understands that you want it and you have it, and then you're going to get attracted to it, or it is going to get attracted to you. So during the day, no anxiety, no negative conversations, no worrying about whether it's going to happen or not happen. When people are talking to you about it, don't have negative conversations about your goals. Say positive things. Feel whatever you would actually feel as if you've already achieved that goal. So here's an example, because examples can explain these things better, right? Now, when I declared this Law of Attraction Mastery workshop, the day I declared it in the morning, if I was not using the Law of Attraction lifestyle, what would I do during the entire day? I would keep going to my phone and to my laptop and keep checking कितने रजिस्ट्रेशन हुए, किसी ने ज्वाइन किया कि नहीं किया, लोग क्यों ज्वाइन नहीं कर रहे हैं, अरे 4 ही हुए, बाद में कल होंगे कि नहीं होंगे, अरे परसों होंगे कि नहीं होंगे, अच्छा आज तो 10 हो गए लेकिन कल होंगे कि नहीं होंगे. No. Law of attraction is believing that your goal is already complete. My manifestation is very simple. This Law of Attraction Mastery Workshop is helping at least 10,000 people in this year. And I'm believing that and I'm living my life as if it's already done. So if 10,000 is already done, am I constantly supposed to go back to my mobile and check how many are done today? Not required, right? ज़रूरत क्या है देखने की? जब 10,000 हो चुके हैं तो देखने की ज़रूरत क्या है? Now that doesn't mean कि रात को एक बार सोने के पहले मैं नहीं देखना चाहता. Of course, I want to have a look at it. I want to be happy with what I got at the end of the day. But that doesn't mean कि पूरा दिन मैं टेंशन लूँ कि हुआ कि नहीं हुआ. Secondly, मान लो आज पूरा दिन कोई registrations नहीं हुए, किसी ने ज्वाइन नहीं किया. Although frankly speaking, since the time it started, honestly speaking, every day there are minimum 10 registration, and I'm so happy with the kind of response I'm getting. People are loving it. People are saying thank you. People are saying God bless. People are saying wow, only for 1,000 rupees you're giving this Law of Attraction workshop for just one full year. We can't believe it. But that was my idea, giving 10 times, 100 times more value than I can charge for people. And when I have that in mind, I'm not worried about होगा या नहीं होगा, हो गया. सो एट नाइट मान लो कभी कभी अगर ऐसा होता है कि, और शायद हो सकता है फ्यूचर में, कि एक रजिस्ट्रेशन भी नहीं हुआ सुबह से. नाउ लॉ ऑफ अट्रैक्शन लाइफस्टाइल मीन्स दैट यू डोंट गेट इनटू नेगेटिव थिंकिंग नाउ कि अरे सुबह से नहीं हुआ तो अब कल होगा कि नहीं होगा, मतलब शायद उसका मार्केट का फेस खत्म हो गया या ये हो गया वो हो गया. नो, स्टॉप ऑल दैट नेगेटिव टॉक. Remember this question that I kept saying in my Law of Attraction workshop video of that 3 hours program? What do you want? क्या चाहिए आपको? The moment you said something negative, is that what you want? क्या आप चाहते हो कि आज के बाद कोई registrations ना हो? So then stop that conversation. Don't talk what you don't want. Talk what you want. Focus on what you want. पूरा दिन आपकी जो lifestyle है, आपका जो जीने का तरीका है, वो Law of Attraction की तरह होना चाहिए. यानी क्या? As if your goal is already completed. Happy, satisfied, excited, living life grateful like it's already done. Okay, so those are the two things. But let me get some inputs from Indu about what more things you can add in Law of Attraction. So there were 3 things we said, right, Indu? First one was morning and night affirmations or visualization, lifestyle during the day. There was a third one.
No, it's not the third one. I have a question. What if I get a negative thought during the day? How should I take care of it?
Yeah. So Indu has a question that during the day, as a Law of Attraction lifestyle, if I get negative thoughts, what do I do? Firstly, will you get negative thoughts? Sure, you're a human being. You're supposed to get negative thoughts. Ups and downs happen all the time in life. But what do you do when that negative thought happens? You interrupt that pattern. You interrupt that negativity and you start something positive. A lot of times people say, I can't stop negative thinking. Well, obviously, you cannot stop negative thinking. But here's something you can do. You can start positive thinking, right? So all you have to do is not try to stop negative thinking. You have to start positive thinking. Here's an example. Everyone stops thinking the word negative in your word. Stop thinking the word negative in your mind. Now what's happening? What's coming to your mind? The word negative. Could you think of the word positive? No, because you're trying not to think negative. Remember, the mind always thinks in pictures. If you're saying, I don't want this, you're going to get more of this. I'm not going to do this, you're going to do more of that. So stop saying that. All you need to say is what you want. So think positive is easy, then stop thinking negative. For an example, I'm very happy in my life. That's a thought. Say this with me right now in the video. Come on. I'm very happy in my life. I'm blessed. People love me. I love myself. Now, was this extremely complicated? Was this difficult? No. But if you have to ask me, how do I stop negative thinking in my mind? Yes, that's complicating. That's difficult because you really can't do that. What you can do is start something. Okay, so that's the answer to your question when it comes to being a lifestyle of law of attraction. Any other question, Indu?
Yeah, what if I get worried or I get anxiety during the day, especially when I'm going for a big project or I have a big health test and I'm worried, I'm anxious that what will be the result of that test. It can be as big as cancer test or diabetic test or whatever. So how should I take care of the anxiety part?
So that's how you brought me to the third step of the law of attraction lifestyle today. The third step to the law of attraction lifestyle, guys, is whenever during the day you're going for an important task, you want a specific attraction in that area, you want a specific result in that area, before you do that task, always manifest and then start that task. You may have done it in the morning, that's fine. But just before you're getting into that meeting, whether that meeting is with your client, with your boss, or whether it's an appraisal that you're attending, or whether you are going for your marriage and you're going for meeting a guy or a girl, or you're going for a medical test where it's about cancer, it's about diabetes, and you're worried and you're tensed about hoga ki nahi hoga. Getting into any meeting with this thought कि होगा कि नहीं होगा, उसका मतलब क्या है? What is the meaning of that? It means that your goal is not going to be achieved. Or at least it definitely means कि अभी वो goal achieved नहीं है. So what's your current frequency? Done or not done? Not done. So what are you going to attract? Not done. So if you're feeling negative, you're going to attract negative. If you're feeling it's not done, you're going to attract not done. So what do? Before every important meeting in your life, every single day of your life, every single day from today, something as simple as, let's take this. You're going to Jangli Maharaj Road, you're going to JM Road, you're going to Senapati Bapat Road, you're going to camp, or whichever city in the world you are in right now, you're going to the most peak area of your city. And it's usually full of traffic in peak time on a Sunday evening. And when you're going, what's the first thought that you're getting worried about? Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Parking milegi ki nahi. Now the moment you said parking milegi ki nahi, what have you already said in your mind? What's the imagination already? Parking nahi hai. So then that's what you're going to attract. फिर 3 चक्कर घूमते रहोगे और eventually कहीं दूर ले जाके parking करोगे, and then you'll say, see, I told you it's very difficult to find parking here. But the more you say that, you're the only person who's going to create that attraction towards you of not having a parking. You will attract that bad luck towards you. So what do? Before you reach that area, stop the car 1 minute or 2 minutes before that area. Close your eyes at one place. In the car. Yes, exactly. In the car. I do this every time. Don't think it's crazy. Believe me, it works wonders. I and Indu do it all the time. Close your eyes, visualize and imagine that, I've already got that parking. I got out of the car. I'm giving a high five to my life partner, to my friend. And I'm saying, yay, we got the parking. Law of attraction pura ho gaya. Thank you, God. And if you can't do visualization, like I said, sit in the car and say to your partner or say to yourself, yes, I got the parking. I'm so happy. Thank you, God. Thank you so much. Start driving your car. Now, just forget about it. Just go there. And 99% you will always attract it. Because believe me, there's always space out there. But who will attract depends on the frequency of who has the frequency of having it. Same thing with your medical test. Same thing with your exams. Same thing with your relationships if you're going for a marriage conversation. Same thing if you're going to propose to a girlfriend or a boyfriend. Same thing if you're going to talk to your boss about a leave, or if you're going to your appraisals for a promotion. Anything you're doing something important in your life, visualize or say your affirmations and then start. Right? Any other question, Indu?
Yeah. Say for example, I become positive and I talk positive, I think positive, but people around me, which is my family member and other people, they have not gone through the program and they talk negative. What should I do?
Good question. So you've done the law of attraction workshop and people around you have not done it. So they are probably negative a lot of times. What are you going to do about it? First, can you change them? No. You want to change them? Good. Send them to the law of attraction video on YouTube. Get them to go through the whole 3 hours video. That's one great thing you can do. Create an environment, an ecosystem around you where everybody understands law of attraction. Get them to go through that 3-hour workshop. If you can't do that, well, make sure that you remain in your frequency unaffected by them. How do you get unaffected by them? Here is how. Let us say your wife comes and says something negative. If you're going to hate her for it, what's happening now? You're already negative. So you've allowed her to impact you. Or it's your husband saying something negative and you're hating him for it. What are you already doing? You're judging. So you are actually going through a negative experience by judging the other person, right? So first thing you do not judge people. Do not look down to people for being negative. It's all right. They are the way they are. When you accept them the way they are, it becomes easier for you to continue practicing your law of attraction without being affected by their frequency. But every time they are being negative, if they are being negative, whoever that person is, that is your mother, your friend, your brother, your wife, it doesn't matter, your teacher, your colleagues, your bosses, doesn't matter. When they are being negative, you hate them for it, you judge them for it. What are you doing? You're engaging into that negativity. So a part of you believes in that negativity, or more importantly, a part of you becomes negative with them, right? So don't engage with that negativity. Accept them, forgive them, forget about it. You continue your manifestation and just move on in life, right? Here's another thing that I learned in law of attraction many, many years ago that I learned about. I visualize that I have this aura around me. I visualize that there's this beautiful energy around me. And anytime people say something negative, this energy protects me. It just bounces back from here and it never gets inside my vibrations. Now, again, if you're not used to visualization or if it's not easy for you, simply say that affirmation. I'm always surrounded by positive people. Even when people say things which I don't want to hear, those frequencies never affect me. I am always in my perfect zone. My energy is controlled by what I feel. Say these affirmations and it will help you to move ahead. Don't believe that their frequency has anything to do with your